Is anybody else bored? I mean, when was the last time something genuinely shocked you? Good or bad? I'm not talking about like a mild surprise or something slightly interesting. I mean that feeling of like, oh my god, I've never seen this before. I've never heard this before. Or hearing an idea so fresh, it kind of like wakes you up. I have this thing I do where I try to hold a single thought in my head for as long as I can. You should try it too. It's like the simplest, hardest thing to do ever. It's hard because my mind always feels like a deck of cards being shuffled, jumping from one idea to another without pause. I get bored easily, so I leave for moments when a fresh idea snaps me out of the mundane and already prescribed. But honestly, those moments don't come around much anymore. Everything feels like I'm chewing flavorless gum. Everything moves so fast. Images, sound, trends. People tell me there's always something happening, something to watch, something to buy, someone to follow. And sure, they're not wrong. My phone is supposed to feed me dopamine packs constantly, but even that is predictable and flat now. Even tragic incidents feel like an endless scroll of things I've already seen. Unfortunately, another mass shooting, a bombing here, a scandal there. It's all just noise now. We bounce from one feeling to another. 1 second is a silly cat video, and then the next is news about homicide. And honestly, it doesn't even register anymore. It feels like reheated leftovers served again and again. Background noise, boring. Then there's the empty outrage, the scripted fights about things that don't even matter, the impotent activism with its cynical pandering, buzzwords, hashtag who cares, the my tribe says this, so I say this, and then my tribe says that, so I say that. Just parasocial alliances from manufactured drama, the clone of several clones of nothing. We're told exactly how to feel and what side to pick, as if any of it really matters. Every day there's someone new to hate on and everyone just dunks on them until we get bored and move on to whatever next we're fake mad about. It's weird. I thought boredom was just having nothing to do. It turns out it's having too much to do and not caring about any of it. Is it just me? I mean, everyone else seems fine, I guess. They look entertained at least. But I wonder if they're just pretending. Are they bored too? Maybe we're all in this together, pretending to care, laughing on cue, getting angry on demand. Feels like a giant performance nobody signed up for, but everyone's playing anyway. Maybe they're also desperate for something real. Or maybe they're just gotten better at pretending. Maybe boredom is this big shared secret or something. Are we overstimulated or understimulated? Probably both. Definitely oversaturated with the bullshit though. There's a product for every tiny feeling, a service for every little pleasure. Everything human, our happiness, sadness, desires, urges, it's turned into something you can click buy and check out. Now, how does an individual interface with a reality that is a seller's market at every turn? Even your rebellion is commodified. They sell you the fantasy of protesting in shows like The Squid Game or The Purge. Or there's a new one that everybody likes apparently. It's called Severance. The machine is great at absorbing whatever resistance you think you're showing. It repackages rebellion as entertainment, turning your anger and your exhaustion and boredom into binge-watchable shows. It's kind of like that Black Mirror episode with Daniel Kaluuya where everyone's trapped in this endless cycle of peddling bikes day after day, staring at screens that feed them entertainment and distraction non-stop. So the faster they pedal these bikes, the more they earn points to buy meaningless stuff. So everyone's stuck in this tiny room surrounded by these walls of constant stimulation. It's kind of like living inside a video game you never wanted to play but can't quit. So Daniel's character finally snaps. He tries to rebel, to break free from the emptiness and boredom of his day-to-day experience. He holds a shard of glass to his throat, shouting truths and rage at the system, desperate to feel something real. But instead of changing anything, his rebellion gets turned into just another show. The audience cheers, they applaud, and they move on. His anger, his pain, his boredom, just repackaged as entertainment. It's exactly how I feel sometimes. I feel like I'm trapped in this hyper-real loop, bored to death, screaming into a void that turns everything, even rebellion, into just another thing to consume. It is kind of ironic if you think about it though. Like I'm here ranting about how everything gets turned into entertainment, and yet I'm creating my own little show. My words, my frustration, it could all just be consumed the exact same way. Maybe someone out there is listening, scrolling past this, nodding in agreement, or rolling their eyes. Either way, I'm feeding the very cycle I'm complaining about. That's kind of funny. What if it all just went away? No more feeding the machine, no more fawning over influencers, no more clocking in at jobs that feel pointless, no more swiping through random posts, or juggling 1,000 empty tasks. What if we all just walked away? Away from the offices, the factories, no more clocking in, no more swiping badges, no more running in circles just to keep the lights on. No more likes, no more shares, no more content metrics to chase. Just silence. Maybe the most radical thing we can do is simply nothing. Maybe that's the novelty I'm looking for, right? Just a space to breathe. If we stop feeding the machine, our clicks, our work, our constant attention, maybe that relentless hum we hear in the back of our minds, that buzzing noise like an engine always running, will finally go quiet. You know the sound, the feeling of that invisible eye constantly watching, whispering reminders to stay busy, to stay productive, to stay plugged in. What if that stopped? What if there was nothing left but silence? Would that be peaceful or terrifying? I don't know. I don't think we can handle that either. I think we'll go crazy. Have you ever noticed how every public space in a city seems intentionally loud? Shopping centers, malls, parks, parking lots. There's always some kind of noise. I always think of it as a trauma response, you know? Maybe we're all a bit scared of what we might hear if the noise finally stops. What if silence reveals something about us we're not ready to face? So instead, we keep turning up the volume, we talk louder, we play music, we watch more videos, anything, just to drown out our own thoughts. Sometimes I wonder if noise is also a tool for control, you know? Like if you keep people distracted, they're less likely to notice what's really going on. Maybe that's why every space is designed to be loud. So you never really settle into your own mind long enough. That's why the pandemic really messed people up, because for the first time ever, we were left alone in this weird, creepy silence. I probably should explore this more, this noise as a trauma response topic on another episode. Story for another day. I don't know how to end this episode. I mean, if you're still listening, you're probably the coolest person in your friend group or something. Thanks for sticking around through yet another episode of my self-made noise. If you easily get bored like me, let me know in the comments what new thing you discovered lately that shocked you out of your boredom. I just discovered this thing called liminal spaces, and it seems interesting, and we can talk about that later. Till then, stay curious, stay free, and I'll talk to you soon.